In today's video, I want to go over some of the biggest mistakes that I see people make when self-publishing low content books so that hopefully you can avoid them. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Caroline and I make videos to help you master your mindset and make money online so that you can build a life you love. If you do enjoy watching videos like this, please take a moment to subscribe. It's free, it takes 2 seconds, and it really does mean the world to me. I appreciate every single one of you who hits that subscribe button. And don't forget to click the bell so that you do get notified whenever I upload a new video just like this. If we could all just go out there and start publishing books and get it all right from the beginning, life would be great. But the reality is we don't really learn anything if we don't make mistakes. And especially as beginners, everything has a learning curve. But if I can help you avoid some of the biggest or the most common mistakes that I see with publishing low content books, then I would love to be able to do that for you. So while this isn't an exhaustive list, these are what I think are some of the most common mistakes that people make when self-publishing on Amazon. So many people just seem to give up when they don't see results immediately or within a few weeks or even a few months. They will start to think that this business model is a scam, it doesn't work, low content publishing is oversaturated. I've seen every excuse out there. Like everything, this takes time and effort, and you aren't going to be retiring on a beach somewhere after just trying out self-publishing for a few months. If you really do want to do self-publishing long term, then you need to be persistent and consistent. Continue working at it over time because this is the kind of business model that compounds. The more work that you put into it, your efforts just keep building upon what you've already done. The more effort that you put in the long term, the better results that you will see. So don't give up too soon. Everybody thinks that their book is better than the rest. We all think it about our books. But the mistake is sometimes thinking that the customer thinks that your book is better than all the rest and that they're willing to pay a higher price for it, when that is or can be incorrect. And it is tempting to price your book higher, chasing that higher royalty, especially when someone is new to low content self-publishing and they may have seen somebody who they don't realize has been doing this for a number of years, making thousands of dollars per month. So they run off and decide to start publishing some notebooks or logbooks like the person they've seen making a lot of money. And when they upload their book, they realize they're going to be making something like $1.50 per book sold. $1.50, are you kidding me? Is probably what they're thinking. And so because they want to make more money, they price their book higher. But the fact is there are hundreds and thousands of already established books out there in the niche that you're probably publishing books in. And if you're pricing your book significantly higher than those, where they've already got lots of reviews and they've established a brand, it's going to be very hard to compete if you're pricing your book too high just to get a higher royalty. Most likely, you probably won't sell any books if you price them too high above the rest of your competition. Perhaps once your brand or your books are established and you've started to build up a decent amount of reviews and those reviews are positive, then maybe you can start to price your books higher then, but even then, it may not be the best strategy. On the other end of the scale, the other mistake I see people making is pricing too low. People think that if they price their book lower than all the rest, then obviously customers are going to buy theirs over the others because customers just want the cheapest price, right? Well, no, not really. Customers don't always buy the cheapest book available because cheaper price usually equates to lower quality. It's all about perception. Something with a cheap price is usually perceived as a lower quality or a cheaper quality. And actually, a lot of people don't want to buy things that are low quality, especially if it is a book that's in a niche that's commonly sold as a gift. People want gifts to be high quality and look good. They don't want to buy something that looks really cheap and give it to someone as a gift. So where should you price your book? Generally around the same other prices of the other books that are selling in your niche is where you should price your book. You can go a little higher or a little lower, but for the most part, especially when the book is newly launched or a newly published book stay around the same prices as your competition, at least until your book is well established, and then you can start looking at different pricing strategies then. I see so many people in Facebook groups around low content book publishing posting things like, I uploaded a book last week and I haven't made any sales, what's wrong? Or even that they uploaded a handful of books a few weeks ago and haven't made any sales. Low content book publishing doesn't work anymore. People have such unrealistic expectations about this business model, which filters back to one of the earlier mistakes I talked about, giving up. They have these unrealistic expectations, and so they give up, and they give up really quickly, and then they start bad-mouthing this business model, saying that it's a scam and that it's oversaturated and things like that. They blame the business model instead of looking at themselves and looking at whether did they really put in the effort and do everything that they possibly could to make the business model work. You have to be realistic about how much you are going to make and how quickly you are going to make it. These are books that are going to be making a couple of dollars, or at the most a few dollars per book sold. Let's say that you have a goal that you want to make $1,000 per month from self-publishing low content books. That's at least around 500 books per month that you are going to have to sell to make that money. That isn't going to happen from just a few books or over a few weeks or even a few months. You need to allow time for your book to be reviewed and approved by Amazon, and then start showing up in the Amazon marketplace. Then you need to allow time for your book to be picked up by the Amazon algorithm and finding its place within the search results. And then people have to find your book and decide they actually want to buy it. And that's after you have done all your keyword research correctly so that you are targeting the right customers, and the customers who actually want to buy your book are the ones who are seeing it. And then you have to do this enough times with enough books to be able to meet the goals that you are setting for yourself. So really try to be realistic, but also optimistic about this business model. Everyone thinks that all they need to do is upload their books onto Amazon and then Amazon will do the rest for you. And it is easy to think this because of the sheer volume of customers that you get access to when you start selling products on Amazon. But it is a mistake to think that your job is done once you have uploaded your books. Yes, you can sell books organically. I'm not saying that that isn't going to happen, but to reach your goals quicker, it's better to not just rely on Amazon and to do some of the work yourself. And by work, I mean marketing. You'll also find that Amazon helps you out when you help them out by bringing new customers to their platform. So if you promote your books externally through an email list or promoting them through social media channels and generate sales this way, Amazon will see that your book is popular and they will start promoting it as well internally and to their own customers, which will help generate organic sales. And I'm also talking about expecting not to do anything in terms of uploading books, for example, uploading just a handful of books and then that's it, thinking you don't need to upload any more and expecting the money to just start rolling in month after month. Be consistent with adding books to your brands or your pen names. If you do create good books that people enjoy, they will want to buy more from you. So keep releasing books and build up a brand and build up a customer base so that those customers will become loyal and hopefully keep buying books from you when you release them. But it is highly unlikely for you to just upload 1 or 2 books, don't do anything else after that, and then expecting those to sell and make you some significant income for the rest of your life. So just make sure that you expect to have some sort of ongoing work to do when you are self-publishing on Amazon. So there's a quote that says, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And while I'm not saying that if you don't have a plan, you are 100% going to fail at this business or any business model for that matter, but you do increase your chances of seeing success if you do create some sort of a plan. Having a plan will allow you to be smart and strategic about what kind of books you upload, how many you upload, and when. And it will also help keep you focused on your goals. I know for me that if I don't have a plan, even just a loose plan laid out, I can spend days doing things that make me feel like I'm busy, but at the end of the day, they aren't really doing anything to contribute to my goals or getting me where I want to be in reaching my goals. But when I create a plan, and it doesn't have to be anything super strict or detailed, sometimes for me, it's just listing out the type of books I want to create in a month, and whether I create them at the start of the month, the end, whether I create one first or a different one second, it doesn't matter. As long as my goal is to get those books finished by the end of the month, that's sometimes all you need. And I find that when I do have a plan, even a loose plan like that, it helps me stay focused and working on those things that are going to have the most impact. You can't get to the week before Halloween and think, oh yeah, I want to upload some books for Halloween. It's too late. You should have thought about that 2 months ago. So by having a plan, you can schedule your workload to get the right things done at the right time to increase your chances of selling books. So this one ties back into an earlier mistake I talked about earlier, not expecting to do anything after creating a book or uploading a book. Books sell organically all the time, but you can boost your sales and help reach your goals if you market your books yourself. In fact, you'll probably find that you spend more of your time on marketing than you do on designing and creating books. And this is particularly important if you do want to create an actual brand around a set of books or a specific niche. So whether this is running Amazon ads to help boost your bestseller ranking, or whether it is building an email list to promote your books to, or whether it's creating a social media presence to promote your books to. And you should actually be doing all of these things at some point, by the way, but marketing your books yourself should be an integral part of your strategy. I have talked about this in a couple of previous videos I've made where I look at successful brands and I look at how I think that they have gotten to where they are, and all of them make it a priority to build an email list as well as promote their books through social media channels. And marketing isn't just limited to these things. There are so many different things that you can do to market your books. So just find what works for you and what fits in with your business strategy and your budget. Now, we aren't all graphic designers and illustrators or publishers, but I see a lot of books being uploaded to Amazon that honestly just are not up to scratch in terms of having professional, high quality covers and professional looking interiors. It is okay if you are not a graphic designer or if design isn't your thing. It is totally fine, and it doesn't mean that you can't do low content books. What it means is that you need to find another way where you can realistically compete with the best of the best of what is already available on Amazon or already selling on Amazon. And going back to a mistake I already talked about, being realistic. You have to be brutally honest with yourself. Go onto Amazon, get the best designed books in your niche, the ones that are the best sellers, and compare it with yours. And be honest to yourself about whether a customer would buy your book or the other books if they're placed next to each other on the same page in the search results based on the cover design. If you honestly think your book can compete, then great. But if not, just accept it and move on. Look at outsourcing this part of your business. Get someone off Fiverr or off another freelancer site to create these parts of the books for you. Use pre-made interiors if yours aren't as well designed as the ones that are available on Amazon. You can't be an expert at every single facet of your business, and it's best to just admit this as early on as possible and then just find a way to get help with the things that aren't your strengths. So hopefully this video has helped you avoid some of the pitfalls that come with self-publishing on Amazon or falling into some of the same mistakes I see people make over and over with this business model, and make your journey with self-publishing, particularly low content books, a little bit more smooth and easygoing. If you did like this video, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up. And to make sure that you don't miss out on any more videos that I make like this, don't forget to subscribe.